Welcome to Running It Back. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Today's guest is Tanoai Reed, and now your hosts, Chad Owens and Ryan Kilmucka. Now, let's start running it back.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? We've got Tanoai Reed joining us here on the Running It Back podcast. Bro, how are you doing, brother? You're looking amazing.
I'm good, brother. I'm good. I finally got back home. I was in Atlanta for the last 5 months. And working on Red Notice, a Netflix feature. So just got done with that, and back home for Christmas break. Got about a month home, and then getting ready for Black Adam, superhero movie. So yeah, I've been eating and lifting a lot.
Man, I can definitely tell. And for those of you who don't know, I mean, you should know, Tanoai Reed is The Rock's stunt double, action double. He's his main guy, bro. So speaking on that note, like, what is your regimen? I see The Rock, and we all see him on his social media, his workouts and his posts. Does he give you his workouts? Are you doing his workouts?
Yeah. We he shares them with me. He lets me know what the goal is for each character for every movie, and like as we get closer, I really try to dial it in to match him. So he's been sending me his workouts now. He's gonna send me this new workout coming up that we will start in February 1st, and that will take us through. We start filming April 15th. Yeah, so that'll be like the dial-in phase. But yeah, he's year-round ready to step on the Mr. Olympia stage. I think I have an off season and an on season, so I kind of like chill right now. I'm kind of coasting right now, trying to slowly get into it, but I can't maintain that the whole year, bro. That's crazy.
Man,
he's more disciplined than me for sure.
Nah, but I mean that's amazing, man. So, bro, how did this opportunity to work with him even happen? Like, where did that begin?
Yes.
Well, man, it's a long story. So, back in 1994, I was playing football at the University of Hawaii, and it was the summer between my junior and my senior year. And my dad is a transportation coordinator, works in the movie industry, and he was working on a movie called Waterworld with Kevin Costner, and they're filming on a big island, Kauai Harbor. And I was on scholarship, so you know when you owe everything to the school, you can't work, right? So like he's like, hey, this summer you want to make some cash, side money, and come out here. And I got a job on Waterworld, but I was a laborer. I was sweeping up after the construction crew, picking up rubbish, and just doing side stuff like that. And while I was there, I met all the stunt guys who flew in from LA, the 50 stuntmen. And we just meshed. We took a liking to each other, hung out all the time. I'd have to protect them from getting beat up in the bars sometimes. Wild cowboys, they come into town hard. They're drinking on the weekends, and all the locals and who are these guys? Like I've been no, chill, my friends. So one day they're like, hey man, we should get you in a movie. I'll get you on a jet ski for fun, and put me on a jet ski. And I was one of the bad guys, one of the smokers. And my first stunt was riding a jet ski, shooting the gun, and getting shot off and falling in the water. And I'm like, this is amazing. I'm getting paid for this. I mean, usually you pay money to ride jet skis, right? I'm getting paid for it. And they watched playbacks a couple days later, and because I was the biggest bad guy, the smoker, I stuck out. They're like, well, you really stick out, and you can almost be like a character, so we can use you for continuity. I said, what does that mean? They said, well, we can use you for the rest of the movie. And I had to go back for summer camp in like 2 or 3 weeks. And I saw my first paycheck. I'm like, holy crap, he's paying me this the whole time? And I'm like, they're like, yeah. So basically I bit the forbidden fruit, the movie, yeah. And I gave up. I didn't return to University of Hawaii. I gave my scholarship, finished Waterworld, moved to Los Angeles, trained, hustled, learned the craft. I wasn't working a lot. I was, hit and miss. I was bouncing in nightclubs and whatnot. 6 years later, hooked up with Dwayne on Scorpion King because I ran into some of the guys who were on Waterworld with me in LA, like literally at a crosswalk. Like I was driving and I stopped and this guy's walking across the street and we made eye contact and they're like, Tanoai, what are you doing here? Wow. I go, bro, I'm looking for work. They're like, we're just doing this movie called The Scorpion King right now, and we're looking for a stunt double and we're talking about you, and we couldn't find you.
God.
And all of a sudden, it would happen. It was like boom. It was like, yeah, like Yeah.
That is fate.
That is
It took
fate,
6
bro.
years.
know.
Talk
Literally,
about-
crossroad. Like if I went earlier, I wouldn't have seen them. I wouldn't have known
Right.
to shoot the movie. It was amazing. Yeah, like so. I really regretted leaving college and not finishing. And I couldn't watch football because after I left, I was like, oh man, because I was living in my truck and stuff in Los Angeles while I was hustling, and I was really regretting it. I was like, man, I made the wrong choice. I gave up everything, and of course, a lot of family was disappointed in me, and why did you go? You in Hollywood and you threw away your education and all that, and everything you earned, and I was like, I was really down, but everything happens for a reason.
Definitely.
And sometimes with the choices you make in life, it may suck the first couple of years, like I made a bad decision, but sometime later on it's all gonna make sense.
Yeah.
And it took me 6 years, and
Wow, bro.
You
Like
have the
that's
Bro,
shaking skin, man.
That's,
Like,
that's gnarly, man.
And now you have one of the coolest jobs in the world.
yes,
probably.
yes, yeah,
bro,
exactly.
the
I
not
mean-
one of
I
Kiana,
know,
the
the.
coolest jobs in the world. And look,
I
we're gonna take a quick break, Tanoai. We'll be right back to.
Okay.
I want to talk more about this, but we're gonna take a quick break.
Okay, shoot.
Running It Back is brought to you by the Honolulu Star Advertiser, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, the Department of Health, and Battery Bills.
All right, welcome back to Running Back. We got Tanoai Reed with us. So blessed to have you here, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, talk about destiny, bro. I've watched you. I've watched your career progress as a stuntman, and you were meant for this, bro. Like you were meant to be who you are right now. I mean, so everyone that's been listening, that's been watching, Tanoai, you shared a huge golden nugget, as I like to call it. In life, sometimes you make decisions that may not seem right at that moment, but it worked out. And bro, like talk about timing. I mean, that doesn't happen. That does not happen.
Yeah,
it just doesn't happen.
A lot of people assume that because Dwayne and I were related, that he brought me on. Oh, my cousin looks like me. It didn't happen like that. I didn't even meet him until Scorpion King.
But you guys are related?
We're second cousins from our great grandparents. But like his mom knows my dad and that in the generation, but we never met. But we were talking about it at work, and like he asked his parents, his mom, and oh yeah, the Reeds, Leroy, Leo, they knew all my dad and my uncles and everybody, and that was even that was trippy.
Wow.
Like wow.
Yeah, it's crazy how the world brings people together, man. And
Yeah.
you guys have produced some unbelievable movies, bro. And
Yes.
stunts.
Yeah.
Question: what's the craziest stunt you ever did?
Ooh. Yeah,
Oh,
what
man,
movie? What movie was that in?
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest movies stunt-wise we did was The Rundown.
Falling down the hill.
Yeah, that I wanted an award for that. But that thing, we don't, people don't realize, like you watching the movie, from the time I drove off the cliff to the time we hit the water was probably about a minute, but it took us about a week to shoot that whole thing. And we were rolling down hills and crashing the trees and doing everything for like 10 hours a day. And like we had so much footage, and then to edit little pieces, whatever looks the best. But I was so sore. I think by Friday, it was the last day we were staying at the Ilikai because I wasn't living at home then, and they had a wheelchair to take me up to my room. I couldn't walk. I was just gone. My legs, my hips, everything, my back. I just stayed in bed and.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, when you do get injured or anything like that, like how do you come back, or if you have to shoot the next day, or is it just like?
Yeah, you don't have a backup, do you?
Yeah, I know. Like, do you have a backup?
I do actually. I do.
Oh, you do?
2014, I found one finally. So I went the first 14 because I was doing since Scorpion King was 2000. So 2014, we're doing Hercules, and I was in Budapest. And usually, because it's hard to double him. It's hard to find somebody who's a stuntman. You can't just look at somebody and say, oh, you look like so and so. You're gonna be his double. You kind of have to have a background, and know what you're doing.
Right.
So at 2014, they were just killing me. I was going 12 hours during the day, and then they wrap me and they take me to a night shot, and I do all night. So I go 24 hours, then I'd rest, and then we reverse it. The next day, I get my rest. I start at night and go to the daytime. And I was doing fights in both scenes, and I was just, this is not normal. Because most actors have 2, 3, even 4 stunt doubles. But because DJ's such a hard guy to double, it was only me. And I'm like, I can't handle this. But finally, I found another guy named Miles Humpus. He's a buddy of mine. And he actually reached out to me and they're like, hey, do you need if you ever need, I'm kind of new in the industry. His email said, I'm new in the industry. If you ever need a racially ambiguous big guy for any kind of fight, I'm available. And they sent me a picture of him, and he had like traps. And I go, send me a full body shot. He did. I asked his height and weight. I ran it by Dwayne. We're in Budapest now. And I go, okay. He said, he's approved. Just bring him over here. So I called him back. I go, hey. He goes, oh, you got my email. I go, yeah. Can you fly out to Budapest tomorrow? He goes, you got a job for me already? I go, yes, I do. You're going to be the backup stunt double. He's like, what? So,
So the backup has a
it was for him.
backup.
He was like, oh. So he came out and he's been with us, you know, he's getting more and more work. I still do 99% of everything, but there's been instances where I've been injured and he was able to come in and fill in. There's, you know, there was times when my son's senior year in high school, he'd be the Friday double. We'd do all the stunts during the week, and he come in on Friday and kind of just watch it. And I was able to fly out to see the games, fly back home, Kahuku, and watch my son.
great.
So that way, it was a blessing to me because you always have to have some stunt person with the actor on set, no matter what. Even if there's not any stunts, just in case the director changes his mind, you have to be ready. So I was able to fly home and see my son's games his senior year. So that was, yeah, it worked out great. It's a good,
That's amazing.
good backup to have. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, I'm glad you asked that question,
Yeah.
Kiana, because I was wondering. I'm like,
So
man,
the double has a double. He
the
has a
double.
double.
Yeah.
The
He has
double
a
has a double. That's
Got to.
mean.
And I try not to get injured. I mean, injuries happen, you know, they're
Yeah.
inevitable. That's why we do what we do. It's all
Right.
calculated risks. But I'm constantly trying to like build my physique, maintain it, and then recuperate as well. Because I was getting tweaked here and there, you know what I mean? I broke a rib on Hobbs and Shaw, and I still had to work. So I took like a couple of days off, but I still had to work around it. And so it's a constant cycle of therapy, recovery,
It's like,
building.
bro, it's like you're a
Huge part.
full-time athlete, bro. It's like you're actually
Yeah, it is.
a
It's
pro
we're actually
athlete.
professional athletes of the movie industry. It's
Yeah.
the same thing. But the only thing is I'm 46 years old. There's no 46-year-old that's professional.
Bro, you don't
athletes
look,
out
bro.
there.
You don't look 46, bro. Listen, Tanoai, we're gonna take a quick break here, and we're gonna be right back to
right.
talk more with Tanoai Reed, the best stunt double in the game.
Running It Back is brought to you by the Honolulu Star Advertiser. Running It Back viewers can receive the Star Advertiser digital full access for just $9.95 per month. Go to staradvertiser.com and click the subscribe button. Use the code AHITHING.
All right, welcome back. We're here with Tanoai Reed. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it, man. You're basically the pro athletes of the acting world. Yeah, recovery must be huge, which you've probably learned as you progressed in the business, in the game, that, hey, I need to be able to recover so that I can perform, just like an athlete. But you know, I want to ask you this, bro. Like, what's your best memory right now with DJ, as we call him? I know you guys, you're a stunt double, but I know you guys must spend a lot of time have gotten to know each other and hanging out.
One of the coolest times I think was in the beginning. You know, he's gotten busier and busier as the years progressed. You know, and he has a family and everything. But back when we first started, we hang out a lot more. You know what I mean? And he was just always on the road. And one of the coolest things was, I think I was only like, it's 2003. I think I was just 3 years with him, and we're like brothers, right? And this time we're out one night, we were eating dinner, and he was having a couple of drinks at his bar, and we're talking, and I just had like a man-to-man, like a heartfelt to him, you know. And I was like, hey, bro, I just gotta say this, bro. I go, you know what? I'm so grateful to be here with you, and you know, I looked up to you growing up and idolized you, and I can't believe I'm here, and it just, you know, it's amazing, you know. And then he turned around and said, he goes, no, thank you. He goes, bro, you're like a brother I never had. You know what I mean? You're real. You've been sincere with me. You put your life on the line for me. Your health on the line. Everything you do. He goes, no, you're a hero to me. And it's pretty cool. Just, you know, I was just trying to be fanboy, kind of like, I was just trying to like fanboy him, kind of. And I was embarrassed. That was embarrassing. I was like, I couldn't believe saying it. And he comes back at me and like, no, bro, you're solid. All my friends he was friends with at the time, and you know, like, you know, Thompson from Typical Hawaiians, you know, he brought Thompson on to be his person. Thompson taught him how to play guitar, brought him to Budapest, you know, and back then, you know, it's like, oh, he wanted to hang with all the guys I knew and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
so that was a personal time where I was like, wow, I was like, holy crap, my idol's, you know, telling me that he thinks I'm pretty cool.
I mean, that'd be the best feeling in the world. But that just goes to show he's just a real, I know that's.
Oh, he's real, bro. He's real.
So real.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Any craziest injuries you had?
Oh, he said he broke a rib.
Yeah, I had several, but one of the craziest ones was Fast and the Furious 7. Like, you see the scar here. Right? You can see it. They did it pretty good.
Oh, I can see him. Look like yours, right? Look like yours.
Oh my gosh, what happened?
I posted on my Instagram. So I was going through glass. We're tackling Jason Statham stunt double through glass.
Casual.
And it's real glass. No, it's real. The glass is like thick as an iPhone, right? and we're smashing through this glass. And every time they replaced it from it's supposed to be tempered glass. And they brought a piece of glass out from a new pile, and it wasn't tempered that well, and it broke into shards. So we went through it, and I went backwards, and I landed like on the second level below. And my elbow went down, and a piece of glass, they said it like size of the iPhone, went in my elbow, hit the bone, and then it exploded.
Oh.
And then so my whole arm was a big puka, and it was squirting blood out. And
On set.
I couldn't see it because it's on this side. I thought I broke my arm because I felt the bone. I was like, oh, I think I broke something. And the medic went over there and looked at it. He goes, and the medic's face made me worry because the medic was like, and he grabbed the tourniquet and put it on. He's like, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. Long story short, I went to the hospital. The ER guy couldn't do it. He had to call a hand specialist because everything, it's like a shark bite. It went right to the bone and everything here was torn up. So my fingers was hanging down. I couldn't move my hand or anything. So that was pretty gnarly because, I had a cast on he attached everything. I had a cast on for almost 4 months. And the worst case scenario was if you took it off and it didn't take, I would have probably had to amputate my arm.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I got everything. I'm numb all over here, but I got my strength back pretty much. Get problems with my wrist and all that still, but that's just, I'm lucky to say I have my arm.
Wow,
That was pretty nuts.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
It was a lot of glass in there.
We can discuss a little
I
bit
know,
more of
we
that
can
later, but
discuss
yeah. Kiana, you
Hold
got
on, Tanoai. Well, this is the part of the segment where I introduce a video where we kind of run it back to, a point in your life. But for you, I found this clip. There were so many different clips to choose from, but
This is fun.
here
this
you
was
are.
Where is it? Was this, bro? You just
This was
messing around?
Jumanji,
Just so
and
cool.
this is a rehearsal. So this is how we rehearse things, get ideas,
Yeah,
and then
this is for
Jumanji.
Jumanji.
submit it to the
Yeah,
director and producers to approve it for the fight.
So do you listen to the sound effects while you're, doing this? Like, or
Is there music
Is there
playing?
music playing, or is it just the audio on the
There's
video?
music, yeah.
Okay.
I can hear music.
So who choreographed all this?
I did. It was me and a couple other guys. But there's certain
Alright.
points on the script that they want to incorporate,
So
like
cool.
the two talking and this and that, and yeah.
Wow,
Awesome.
that's amazing.
So,
Well,
yeah.
look, we're gonna take a quick break
Okay.
here, brother. We'll get back and discuss that more. That's amazing.
Cool.
Running It Back is brought to you by the Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union for life, so choose them. Welcome back to Running It Back. We are brought to you by the Department of Health, so be sure to visit hawaiiopioid.org for more information. And thank you to Battery Bills. For more information, visit batterybuild.com.
All right, we are back here with Tanoai Reed. So, bro,
Yes.
that video. So you choreographed that?
It's a collaboration. So I like to choreograph Dwayne's moves because I know what stuff he'll do and he won't do. We have a fight choreographer on every movie. So it's collaboration, but a lot of those moves, was some of my ideas and the things that he would do, So that was a rehearsal video. We kind of put it together. You notice my clothes changed a lot
Yeah.
during the cuts.
Yeah.
Because we changed it around. I went to set and I had to come back and we had to do it in a lunch break kind of. So that was just kind of a rehearsal thing. And then once we show that to the director and the producers and actors and they say, I like this or I don't like that, we keep fine tuning it until we get the final product. And then we shoot it.
So cool.
Wow.
So,
I mean,
So if you actually
It's a
think
blueprint.
about it, you are acting yourself.
He's an
You
actor.
are an actor.
yeah.
Kind
Not just
of
a
physical
stuntman.
acting.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
but
just don't see.
Your facials, everything just has to, flow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not anybody can do that.
No, like I think there's a misconception. I think people
Yeah.
think, oh, stunt double, I was jumping off a building. I'm just doing this. Like, but
Just filling
you gotta
in.
act. You gotta know, like you said, DJ's
You're-
moves. You gotta
Yeah.
know how he's gonna
Exactly.
react.
Yeah.
Literally
Every scene's
be him.
different. You
Yeah.
have to jump right in, and if he's feeling a certain way or moving a certain way, you
Mm-hmm.
gotta keep that consistent. Yeah.
So you got the rock bottom down, pat.
Yeah. Actually, he rock bottomed me on the rundown. He gave it to me. I was in the bar scene in the opening scene. I had a Kangol on in the very beginning. They're like a
What?
nightclub, and he wanted to do the fight with me. So they kind of had shades on, and I had a Kangol on, so you couldn't really tell it was me. But it was that the beginning with the football, the quarterback, and all
I'm
that.
gonna go back and watch that.
I know, I want to watch
So
it.
he comes up and he gives me the big rock bottom. So that was fun because I was in the beginning of my career with him. So that was
Wow.
So much
welcome,
fun.
welcome, huh? Welcome to the big show.
So
but
much fun.
but anyway, look, Tanoai, at this point in the show, we give the guests an opportunity to share with us their running it back moment. I know you shared your moment with DJ, but maybe it could be your family, it could be something. What's your running it back moment that was a life changer, that was a game changer that you could sort of share with all of our viewers?
I think moving back home to Hawaii in 2010, we moved to LA in 98, and my son was born in LA in 99, and we come back and forth. And my wife's from Makaha, I'm from over here, Laie, and we come home, but it always felt like we're on vacation, kind of. It wasn't home. And then my son, he started playing football in Pop Warner in LA and all that, and he come home, he went to a Kahuku game with 2010. And he's like, "Oh, Dad, this is me." And he's like, "Wow, this crowd and all that, the fans." And I had this. I heard my grandma's voice. Hey, move home, boy, move home already. Come home already. It's time to come home. Because I wanted my son to know Hawaii as home, not just a place where my parents are from. My parents are from there. I was like, I can't go that way. He has to be here. So we moved home to the town I grew up in, and it's been the best thing ever, man. You look at the roster, you look at the town. Everybody's the same. Families from my generation to his generation. Everybody's knows each other, and the saying, it takes a village to raise a child. That's really true over here in this small community. So for me, moving home was the best thing ever. For my son, it really helped him develop to a young man, and it was safe for my wife and my son while I was gone working, because I knew the community would take care of them while I was gone.
That's big. That's amazing, bro.
I think that was the biggest thing for me was moving back home. That was yeah. I'm so much happier here.
Yeah. I can relate, brother. I can relate.
Yeah,
But look, man, with that, we just want to say thank you for coming on, bro. And I know you got a busy schedule, and to share some insight on what you do, and for the man you do it for. I mean, that's big time insight. We appreciate that. But don't go away. We got the extended version coming up here right after on YouTube. So make sure you guys stick around. Tanoai, mahalo, and we will see you here again very soon.
Don't forget to follow us on our social media at Running It Back Podcast. Please follow us on our YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button. Today's podcast was brought to you by the Honolulu Star Advertiser, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union, the Hawaii State Department of Health, and Battery Bills. We out.